Victory doesn't always go to intellectuals. Those who truly control situations and command masses possess secret knowledge that's remained relevant for over 500 years. We're talking about the legacy of Machiavelli, whose name became synonymous with influence and political realism itself. Many mistakenly believe manipulation is unconditionally evil, but in reality it's merely a neutral tool whose effectiveness and ethics depend exclusively on the skill of its user. Today, we'll examine in detail 9 psychological strategies capable of making a person practically invulnerable in social interactions. These aren't banal tips from popular self-help books, but harsh truths about mechanisms separating those who pull strings from those who obediently execute others' will. By the end, you'll understand why some naturally dominate any group, while others dissolve into the gray mass, and learn how to protect yourself from psychological influence to always achieve what you want. Strategy number 1. The mirror trap. The paradox of human perception is that we're attracted not by uniqueness or otherness, but by deep similarity. Therefore, attempts to impress with demonstrations of exclusivity are often doomed to fail. True power and trust arise when you become the perfect reflection of your vis-a-vis, copying their values, speech tempo, and energy. Machiavelli wisely noted that people judge predominantly with eyes, not touch, trusting external form more than internal essence, since everyone can see but few can truly feel. The mirror trap technique works flawlessly because any person's main object of interest is themselves. By reflecting their mannerisms, you become irresistible to them. To become a social chameleon, act subtly. If your interlocutor leans toward you, repeat this movement with slight delay. If they speak slowly, moderate your fervor and match their rhythm. Use their lexicon and emotional background. Respond to formality with restraint, to enthusiasm with liveliness. People seek understanding, not challenge. Strategy number 2. Illusion of scarcity. Most make the fatal mistake of believing constant availability increases their value in others' eyes. In reality, the opposite law operates. The more available you are, the less you're valued. Conversely, resource limitation transforms it into a treasure. As Machiavelli wrote, if you must choose between love and fear, it's safer to rely on fear. In our context, this means inspiring respect through distance and inaccessibility. Create strategic scarcity of your attention. Even when free, don't rush to agree to every meeting. People value far more what they had to wait for. Don't scatter your focus on everyone. Preserve depth of communication only for select situations and people, so your attention is perceived as reward, not entitlement. Shroud yourself in mystery, not revealing all cards at first meeting, and vary message response times to create unpredictability. Your goal, make others feel lucky when they get access to your time. Strategy number 3. Emotional puppetry. Attempts to control people through dry logic or coercion reveal amateurs, while true masters influence feelings. Any decision is made emotionally first, and only then does the brain select logical justifications for the already made choice. The secret of control isn't forcing someone to do something against their will, but forming in them a sincere desire to act as benefits you. Rely on basic psychological levers. Fear of loss is often stronger than desire for gain, so frame proposals through what they'll miss if they refuse. Play on vanity, letting people feel heroic or exceptional when acting in your interests. Use human intolerance for incompletion, releasing information in doses and forcing their imagination to fill gaps independently. Create social proof effect, instilling the idea that your desired action is already the norm for most. Nobody wants to feel like an outcast. Strategy number 4. Information asymmetry. While most people carelessly give away their power by chattering about plans, strategies, and weaknesses everywhere, smart strategists accumulate knowledge like priceless capital. Machiavelli correctly noted, people see only your mask, but few know your essence. This isn't paranoia, but deep understanding that information is hard currency to be spent extremely judiciously. Create your personal data collection system. Listen more than you speak. People love talking about themselves so much they'll lay all cards on the table if you simply show sincere interest. Note in mind or on paper others' fears, desires, and problems, so over time, scattered facts form a complete picture unavailable to others. Information exchange strategy requires delicate balance. Share just enough to be useful and prompt reciprocal openness, but never reveal cards that could harm you. Before important negotiations, thoroughly study counterparts' background, their recent victories and defeats. Ultimately, whoever makes decisions based on the most accurate and complete data wins.
Strategy number 5. Strategic alliances. Many mistakenly believe you can only rise by humiliating others, but this is a dead-end path showing short-sightedness. True power comes when you help your environment grow. As the classic said, a ruler's mind is judged by the people they've brought close. Strong leaders don't fear competition and surround themselves with talent, understanding that team success only strengthens their own authority, while weak ones gather mediocrities and wonder at the absence of great achievements. Publicly attribute others' merits to their authors and discuss mistakes exclusively in private. This transforms potential enemies into loyal allies. When thanks to you a person looks worthy in society's eyes, they subconsciously link positive emotions with you and strive to reciprocate. However, be selective in your investments. Invest only in those with potential who can become reliable allies. True power rests on an army of people vested in your triumph, since their own success is inseparably linked to yours. Strategy number 6. Momentum of success. Success inertia is an irresistible force making people instinctively join the winning side. Once others believe your triumph is inevitable, they'll actively help you, wanting to share future glory. Winners don't fixate on current limitations. They construct reality where the goal is already practically achieved and simply requires time to materialize. Replace uncertain "I hope" with firm "when I do this," backing words with visible preparation, resource accumulation, and skill development. Present any obstacles as temporary technical delays on the path to a predetermined finale. But remember, this self-fulfilling prophecy magic only works if you actually deliver on promises. Otherwise, the illusion dissipates, forever burying your reputation. When others are convinced of your infallibility, they themselves unwittingly contribute to your triumph, ensuring you against errors. Strategy number 7. Web of dependency. It's commonly believed that complete independence is the peak of personal development, but for gaining real social influence, this is a dead-end path. True power is born when you become a key element in others' success, making yourself an indispensable link, whose removal would destroy the entire chain. Once people begin relying on you in matters critically important to them, you gain colossal leverage. Machiavelli warned, "Whoever ignores reality for ideals and neglects how things are actually done hastens their downfall, not salvation." Therefore, focus on what others truly need, not what you think they should want. Master skills with high value but require effort others won't make, becoming that sole expert turned to in difficult situations. Turn into an information node, connecting people with needed knowledge. Strive to gain control over resources others can't do without in daily activities. However, there's a fine line. While tying people to you, you yourself must avoid rigid dependency on any one person, creating a diversified system of supports so nobody has power over you. Strategy number 8. Architect of reality. Most people passively accept the world as presented to them, letting others establish boundaries of possible and permissible, forever leaving them in the lead role. Leaders act differently. They don't just react to circumstances, but actively shape others' perception. Machiavelli noted that people are often occupied with pressing problems and ready to believe whoever offers them an understandable picture of the world. This isn't about lying, but managing attention focus. The same situation can look like catastrophe or growth springboard depending on the angle you present it. When introducing innovation, act as if it's the most natural course of things requiring no apologies or permissions.
Confidence is contagious. Words are tools for programming perception. Carefully select formulations describing the future, and people won't take a step until you've painted an inspiring goal in their imagination. Gradually shift boundaries of the familiar, starting small and moving to global changes, turning any difficulties into opportunities to demonstrate strength. Strategy number 9, immortality strategy. This reveals the secret of transitioning from temporary influence to fundamental power. Ordinary authority disappears with its bearer or as soon as you leave the room, but true might lies in creating systems that work autonomously. Your task: build a structure or ideology that will continue functioning and spreading your influence even in your absence, becoming something greater than just the creator's personality. Machiavelli stated it's safer to inspire fear than love, but evolution of this thought leads to the conclusion most important is remaining in memory and in others' action algorithms. Emotions fade, but working methodologies live forever. Therefore, fix your insights and strategies on paper or digitally. Knowledge locked in your head is mortal, but documented experience gains eternal life through your students and followers. Create communities and institutions living by your rules, and direct energy toward those who themselves possess authority to exponentially scale your impact. Conclusion: choose action. You now possess 9 powerful psychological tools used by history's most influential people for centuries. However, there's a boundary separating those who simply learned these secrets from those who mastered them. The name of this boundary is immediate action. Knowledge without application remains merely intellectual entertainment. Right now, you face 2 paths. Close this material, experience fleeting pleasure from new information, and return to familiar life where others shape your reality while you merely react to their will. Or choose the path that requires will. Pick one studied strategy and start applying it today, not postponing to next week or even tomorrow. Remember the key principle: I choose power, not the desire to be liked. This isn't a random phrase. Many spend life trying to please everyone, remaining pleasant, convenient, but absolutely forgettable people whom nobody truly respects. Those who shape the world make a different choice. They prefer being respected over merely popular and put effectiveness above personal comfort. Try living the next 30 days with this mindset, consistently applying one principle, and carefully observe how others' reactions change and your influence grows. I choose power, not the need to be liked.